Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about whether or not Christians can vote for the Republican Party. Now, I recently did a video on whether or not Christians can vote for the Democratic Party, and to give a short summary of that, I basically said no, Christians should not and cannot vote for the Democratic Party because essentially they love killing babies and they support LGBT rights and all that stuff. Things that God judges nations over. So that's essentially what I said. You can't vote for them because they worship demons. Very inflammatory way of saying it. But yeah, that's basically what I think about the Democratic Party. But now we're going to ask the question of whether or not a Christian can vote for the Republican Party. Now, my short answer, because I'm going to give a short answer in this video as I did in the other video, my short answer is no, but ... Okay, so can a Christian vote for the Republican Party? Generally speaking, I would say no, right? Because the Republicans also are completely corrupt and terrible in a lot of ways, just as the Democratic Party are, right? Like, I remember back in whatever election it was, I think 2012, with Mitt Romney and Obama, right? Why would any Christian vote for Mitt Romney, right? He's a Mormon, he's terrible. Why would anyone do that, right? He's part of the establishment. I don't like him. All these, you don't vote for Mitt Romney because he's just part of the establishment, right? He's part of the Republican Party, right? And that's why I would say, no, you shouldn't vote for Mitt Romney. But in these past few elections, right, I think it was 2016, now all the way up to 2024 here, we've had a different candidate. And that candidate is Donald Trump. And if you ask anyone in 2016 if Donald Trump is actually a Republican, they would be like, no, not really, right? Because he didn't support a lot of the things that the Republican Party stood for, like things like the war in Iraq. Like, he was very outspokenly against it, which was a big determining factor back then of whether or not you were really a Republican, is if you supported what Bush did with Iraq, whatever. But basically, Donald Trump is like a lifelong Democrat. He is not a Republican. He never really has been a Republican. So what we're seeing in these past few elections is you're not really voting for the Republican Party, right? When you vote for Donald Trump, you're not voting for the Republican Party. You are voting for Donald Trump. And this cannot be said of people like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, who just basically are establishment picks, right? Kamala Harris is literally an establishment pick because nobody picked her, right? The establishment picked her. They just kind of shoehorned her in and people had to vote for her, or else you didn't vote for the Democratic Party, right? This is what's happening with Donald Trump, is he is not a Republican. He's just not. He's kind of like his own thing. And what he ran on in 2016 is a draining of the swamp. So what we're really voting for in this election, this 2024 election, is, do I trust the establishment? Do I think the government actually does anything? Do I have faith in the system to actually help us? If the answer to that question is yes, I vote for the Democratic Party, because they are going to be the establishment that I've always wanted and always loved for some reason, right? You're going to vote for the Democratic Party. But if you are of the mindset, like I am, that the system is terrible and sucks and we should destroy it, you will vote for Trump, because that's what he says he's going to do. Now, is he going to do that? That's up for debate. But at least that's what he stands for. And full disclosure, I actually voted for Donald Trump in this past election, whereas I didn't vote for him in 2016. I can't remember if I even voted for him in 2020. But basically, I voted for him. I was not going to vote in this past election until a few things happened. Until he was almost assassinated. That really galvanized me to vote, because I'm like, why are they trying to kill him so much? And when you look into that, that was definitely an inside job. Oh boy, that was bad. So when they tried to assassinate him, when the establishment tried to assassinate him, I was like, okay, something's going on here, right? And then it almost happened again. And the other thing that really motivated me to vote in this past election was RFK supporting Donald Trump. And not because I like RFK on all of his policies or anything like that, but what I did like RFK on was his health policies. how he wants to get all of these harmful things out of our food and the vaccines and everything like that. I think that RFK is spot on all of those issues. So when Donald Trump said that he's going to bring RFK on to his team, and RFK supported and endorsed Donald Trump, that is when I decided I'm voting for Donald Trump, because those are really the issues that I care about. Those are the issues that I think the government should have their hand in. I think the government should have their hand in what's allowed to go into our food, or whether or not vaccines should be mandated, right? I think that those are things that the government should be preventing. They should be preventing harmful things going into our food. They should be preventing harmful pharmaceuticals in our lives. We should strive to have healthy people, because having healthy people with healthy minds is going to make everyone better and everyone happier, and is going to lower the costs of so many things in this country. Oh my gosh, our healthcare is so expensive for no reason. This is what I want. These are things that I really care about. And this is why I voted for Donald Trump, because can a Christian vote for the Republican Party? I'll say it again, no, but Donald Trump is not part of the Republican Party. He's just not. He never has been, really. Anyone who says that he was really a Republican for all of this time is crazy. He's just not. He is kind of his own thing, and what he represents is so in me. I can trace my lineage back to the Mayflower. I'm a colonist through and through. I am American blood, right? And I resonate with a lot of the things he says about making America great again, right? Do I think that Donald Trump is really going to make America great again? No, I don't think so. But at the same time, I can't help but love the American spirit, right? I can't help but love America. And because I love America, I vote against people who hate America. And when you ask most liberals if they love America, they always say no. It's never the liberal houses that have the American flag. It's always the Republicans. It's always the people who love America, who have American flags. I am with the people who love America. That's who I am. I love my country. I support my country. I do think that God has his hand in this country. I really do. I'm sorry. Sorry for the people who don't think that. But I do. I think that God has a plan for this country. And right now, it seems like our country is being destroyed from people who actually hate our country, who want to burn the system to the ground and restart it as like a communist country or something like that. And I think that would be a complete tragedy. But Donald Trump says he's going to fight against it. And even though Donald Trump is personally not for all of the things that I support, he'll say that he's not like pro-life necessarily. He's really not personally. But when you see what he does, it gets what I believe to happen, right? He overturned Roe v. Wade. Nobody can say he didn't, because he definitely did. He appointed 3 judges who voted on it and overturned it, right? So whether he is personally or not, he has proven that he will at least fight for states' rights to choose. And this is what I like. I like that even though he may not support all the things that I like, that at least he's going to fight in the direction that I like. He is trying to make America great again. Whether he actually succeeds or not, I don't know. I don't really care that much about many of the economic policies. Like, I know he wants to do tariffs and stuff. Those are things I don't really care. I don't have a strong opinion on. But what I do care about is I care about the food. That's why I like RFK. And I care about abortion, right? Those are like my 2 biggest issues. So when he brought RFK on, I was like, well, now I got to vote for him, right? Now I have to. So that's where I am right now. Kamala was establishment pick. Trump was a non-establishment pick. He's just not a politician. He's not. I don't think RFK is really a politician either. Those guys were the main reasons why I voted in this past election. So again, I would like to reiterate, can Christians vote for the Republican Party? If they threw up pretty much anyone else, I would say no, you shouldn't. But because Trump is up there and because Trump is doing what Trump is doing, yes, kind of they can. I'm not saying vote for Trump's character. I'm not saying he's a great guy or anything, but I am saying that he is at least an option. He's an option. I have a lot of respect for Christians who don't vote at all, because I was almost that. I almost didn't vote at all, but I did. So here we are. Maybe I'll make a video on should Christians vote at all eventually, but I really don't think I need to. I think this kind of sums it up. Christians probably shouldn't vote. for any establishment picks, because the establishment is pro-death, they're pro-LGBT. The Republican Party is basically just pro-LGBT at this point. So if you're going to vote for Donald Trump because of his character, that's probably an issue. You shouldn't. He's got a lot of character flaws. But if you're going to vote for him because of what he stands for, that's what I did. So thanks for watching.